When I was younger and I looked at the upper to middle class people, I thought that these people had everything going for themselves, but now that I'm older, I see that a lot of these people aren't actually in as good of a position as it looks like they are. I don't know if it's just Americans, but most people are so stupid with their money these days. From the outside, everything looks good because they've got a nice car, several nice cars actually, a nice house, nice clothing, the whole bit, a landscape yard, nice patio in the back, and you'd expect that these people are in a very good financial place, but when you actually find out where their financial position is, a lot of these people aren't in as good of a place as you would think. It shocked the hell out of me to find out that a lot of these people that were bringing home 150K, they actually aren't that far from living paycheck to paycheck, or they are living paycheck to paycheck. And I'm not trying to make this video solely about the upper middle class people with the nice house and the nice cars. This point about people being stupid with money applies to all walks of life here. One thing I wish people would understand is that most of the people that wear designer clothes and luxury are actually broke. If they're wearing designer, they're either a rapper or a broke person trying to be rich. And I can guarantee the person you're looking at that's wearing designer probably isn't a famous rapper. There are some friends and acquaintances that I talk to who have a decent paying job. Nothing great, but definitely nothing bad at the same time. Every week or every 2 weeks once they get their paycheck, they already know what they're going to spend it on to, and they're trying to spend it on the next toy, or spend it on some extra fancy shoes and hats for their 6-year-old. And then in private, when I talk to them about things that they should actually get, they're like, oh, I don't have enough money for that yet. Every time after I get paid, I have almost just enough for the bills. But in the meantime, they go back to telling me about the more unnecessary stuff that they want to buy. I just don't know if this is part of how they were brought up, or if they just don't know any better, or if they just could care less. I'm sure that you know plenty of people that live paycheck to paycheck, and the idea of that is absolutely frightening to me. I forget the exact number, but I want to say it's like 30 or 40% of Americans cannot afford a $1,000 emergency expense if it comes up. Now think about that for a second. How crazy is it that a lot of people are making probably $50,000 to $70,000 a year and they still can't come up with $1,000 if shit were to hit the fan? If I was ever in a scenario where I was living paycheck to paycheck, I would sacrifice everything unnecessary and make it my absolute priority to make sure I get out of that. I'm not saying that I'm going to try to achieve wealth, but I would at least want to get out of that hellhole as soon as possible. Even just thinking about that, the amount of stress that I would exhibit through that is absolutely insane. And these people I talk to that live paycheck to paycheck, they talk about it like, oh, that's just my normal status right there. That's how I've been doing it forever, so I'm not too worried about it. And that is absolutely mind-boggling to me. It's also unbelievable that some of these people are carrying some high credit card balances. Part of me feels like it's not really even necessary expenses that are going to the credit card, but rather it's impulse buys and unnecessary shit. It's funny when some of these people with high credit card balances think that they want to go invest in the stock market or something else to get good returns. They don't understand that if they were to go pay off their credit card balances, that would probably be higher ROI than what they could get from the stock market or other form of investment. Also, a lot of these people have recurring monthly subscriptions that they never use, like the gym, and then meanwhile they have useless ones like Netflix and Hulu they actually pay for and use, but that's not making them any smarter, and that's not contributing to them becoming more wealthy. This video started off being aimed towards the wealthier people, but along the way I ended up associating some of these points with broke people as well. I can say for certain that if you're even semi-financially literate in this world, you're going to make it farther than 80% of people out there.